I'm the flower chef Carly Cylinder, and today we are going to make a beautiful, simple arrangement. This is a variation of a lot of arrangements, and at Flower Therapy Night we are making this. It's called Peachy. This is a little bit of a version of that, only using 4 ingredients, so it's simple. And I'm drinking a New Belgium Blue Paddle. It's delicious. Ring-a-ding-ding. So I have a 4x4 base. You can use, it would work with a 5x5 too. That's probably a standard one. If you can hear any crunching, that is Gracie chewing on her chicken bone so that she doesn't, bother me. I am using the base tape. So this is the Oasis brand base tape, and you can get it from a craft store or online on Amazon. You need it. Don't use Scotch tape. Please don't. So what we are going to do is we are going to go once around the top. I do this so that afterwards it's easy to remove in one piece. Now you can do this before or after you add water, but if you do it after, like I did, then you need to make sure that the base is completely dry or else the tape will slip off. So usually I will do it before and then add water, but you can do either. So I went around the once, and then we are going to make a 2x2. I'm using 1/2 inch tape. So we'll do a 2x2, about 1 inch apart. It doesn't matter if they're evenly spaced or not. No one will see this. Better work fast. Okay. And you can see this in my book under the grid. I was like, what was it called? The grid. Then we'll go once around again. I'm going around the perimeter at the top. If it goes on towards the top of the base, that's okay. Sometimes I do that. It's not intentional. I just do it. So we're going to go like that. That's just to secure all the pieces. Okay, we're starting with a base of hydrangea first, and so I actually soak these under the faucet before, which you should do too. It will help it stay alive so much longer. I'm just picking off any of the brown bits. These are actually a little bit older, so these are actually a week old and they're still fresh. I mean, that's how, there's a little bit of brown, but they're still firm. That's how well it works if you soak these underwater. I probably did it twice this week, so worth it. I'm going to pluck off any of the greenery. I just use my thumbs, pluck it down, then give the stems a cut on the slant before putting it in. And I'm going to put it in, I'm basically making a triangle shape to cover, so like that. Putting it in at an angle towards the center. Now, see how it flops out? That will happen if I crisscross the other stems. It stays better. And then the trick that I like to do, so I just, of course now it's falling out. If it's falling out because it's too top heavy, give it a 1/2 turn. That is the trick I was gonna say. And sometimes there's a little bit of greenery that pushes or separates the hydrangeas, so I just remove them. Put it back. Okay, let's see here. So there we go. We have a base of the hydrangeas. And this is one bunch of roses. This is how they're sold wholesale, which is $25. But for this, I could use 3 or 5. The recipe calls for 5. So, well, actually, you know what? I'm going to just do 3. We'll do 3. How pretty are these? They're called cinnamon. I only know that because I saw it on the package. So what I'm going to do is measure the stem against the base, eyeball it, and then remove the leaves. There's no thorns on these, so I'm just stripping it down. These are brand new, so I'm giving it a little blow in the center. It's up to you if you want to try to force them open. If you do, put them in some hot water. Give it a little push. Oh wow, these, look at that. These are opening so nice. I was going to reflex one to show you, but these are amazing. Look at that. Just goes to show you that some roses just open like that, and you just have to remember the name. So you can see how much that opened just by doing that. Man, I love it. So I'm just measuring it against the base. Oops. A little cut. That looks about good. And I'm going to put it through the hydrangea, through the tape, like so. So if that works, which you can just see it's hitting the bottom, that's great. So this works for me, and I'm making a traditional arrangement. I'm going to use this as the guide and cut the others the same length. And I just strip the leaves after because I'm cutting it short anyway, so there's no point. All right. Every time you cut, you have to take a sip. Just the rules. It's good. Nice. Okay, so I'm only using the 3. This really could use about 5 to 7, but for this example. So you can kind of polka dot it around, meaning you're gonna put it evenly spaced, like that. Something like that. Or for something modern, you can cluster it. In a lot of my work I do this, or you could do 2 here. You could see what it would look like with 3. It's kind of cute. Or maybe 2 and 1. Oops. Okay. Let's see here. I'm gonna cluster it because I usually polka dot it with something like this that's really traditional, but I don't know. I think it looks cute. These are going to open so nicely too. So I just created a little triangle. And it's a little bit off center to one side. I didn't put it straight in the middle or straight where your eye would see it. It would be very distracting. So we have that. And let's see. I'm going to add in some greenery. Should I use... We're going to use the lemon leaves. Giving it a cut. And I'll remove any leaves that are going to be in the way of the grid. So I'm going to just pluck that off, maybe highlight the roses. That's why it's fun when you don't know what you're going to create, which I love doing on camera, because if you're following along with me, then we are both experimenting. So there's actually a little bit of a hole right here, so I'm going to just fill that in with the greenery. And let's take another. I was going to say you could cut it in 2 spots, but you really can't for this one. So we'll go like that and add it in. It's different. All right, so we have that. And let me put this towards the base. This is such an easy arrangement, and it really doesn't cost that much or take that much time. That's what we're going for. Okay. There we go. If you don't like how this is hanging over so low, you can just take your scissors and give it a haircut. But I'm not going to do that because I like it. And let's see, I have more of the hypericum, as you can see. I don't know why I'm using it so much, but I think it's like eating the same meal every day. You just kind of like get it in a roll, and it looks really pretty with the coral. So let me use 2 sprigs of this. So we have 3 stems of hydrangea, 3 roses. Oh, it's all 3s. 3 stems of lemon leaves, and then 2 to 3 stems of the hypericum. I can just tell that this is going to be too high, so. Okay. And let's see if we put it on each side. What that looks like. I could tell it was too long, so with a little cut. Always stick the stem in at a slight angle. Still too high. What the hell? Oh my god. Okay. Get down there. Oh my goodness. What is going on? Stay. Okay. So I cut it about a 1/2 inch at a time. Call this a variation of Peachy Teen. I'll call it easy summer recipe, perfect for a barbecue, a coffee table, and the best part about this is you can make so many of these once you get it going, and this would look really pretty for a dinner party. It's really simple, but down a long table you could do 3 or 5 of these. It really wouldn't cost a lot, maybe $10 or $15 each, and it would look really impressive and nice. Cheers!